the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Martin A.B.K. Amidu, former special prosecutor, or the Bia Belchim and Nevia Nyasem Ketwa, a 4-page article, ya Obusa Ghana forces, said, Yabasi Chrese, Unyakupon do Akuma, a corrupt. Ana. Edientina Martin A.B.K. Amidu, Ebusa this very big question. Or say, I read the Office of the Special Prosecutor report of investigation into alleged bribery of Ghanaian officials by Airbus SE dated 8th of August 2024 for the first time on 21st September 2024 and was left in no doubt that the OSP report is a gargantuan hoax, hollow, politically motivated, and smacks of an instrument of collusive election interference by the OSP in the 2024 elections. The political conduct by the OSP in using the 8th August 2024 report to interfere in the 2024 elections, which the 1992 Constitution demands to be open, transparent, free, and fair, cannot be allowed to pass without accountability from the OSP. The OSP in July 2020 decided to postpone the interrogation of former President John Dramani Mahama, who had been identified by the OSP as government official 1 or individual 1, even though there was overwhelming evidence implicating him in the corruption offenses in the Airbus SE Ghana scandal. Because the OSP had to act professionally and avoid the perception of being an instrument of any political party to interfere in the 2020 elections. As the special prosecutor at the time, I was castigated and accused of aiding the NDC because of my antecedents. Come the election year of 2024, the OSP ignores the precedent set by the office and published a cooked up report on 8th August 2024 intended to clear sweethearts into bracket John Mahama and his family from lingering suspicion by suppressing an objective analysis of the available implicating evidence on the case docket and selectively choosing those to facilitate the political clearance through the agency of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Ghanaians know the number of articles I have published to ensure a free, fair, and transparent 2024 elections. My contribution at the 2024 UDS Hamilton School on 8 February is available for all to read. In the interim, I wish by this article to give the OSP the opportunity to explain to Ghanaians why he deliberately suppressed an objective analysis of the implicating evidence on the Airbus SE Ghana corruption case docket and other evidence which was locked up for safekeeping for professional reasons until they could be deployed at later interrogations as of November 2020. The independent investigation of the referral of the Airbus SE Ghana corruption case by the President on 2nd February 2020 conducted by the OSP without recourse to the mutual legal assistance request led to evidence confirming the evidence contained in the deferred prosecution agreement judgment of the United Kingdom and the United States of the participation of former President Mahama and his 4 criminal fugitives relatives on Ghanaian arrest warrant and an Interpol red notice publication, namely former President Mahama's lost and found brother of the full blood, Samuel Adam Foster, as intermediary 5. Samuel Adam Foster's friend, Phil Sean Middlesmith, as intermediary 6. Philip Sean Middlesmith's wife, Lemmy Sarah Davis, as intermediary 7. And Samuel Adam Foster's wife and co-director in Ferno Aviation Limited of the UK, Sarah Ferno, in the bribery and corruption Airbus SE Ghana case. A thorough investigation led to their identification and the collection of solid evidence of culpability found on the Airbus SE Ghana investigation case docket. The 8th August 2024 OSP Airbus SE report in paragraph 5 inter alia acknowledges the fact that in July 2020, the OSP sought the voluntary return to Ghana of Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, for interrogation in Ghana, since he is a citizen of Ghana, apart from being a citizen of the United Kingdom, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ghana High Commission in the UK. The fugitive refused to avail himself of the opportunity offered. The OSP therefore knew that as of November 2020, Samuel Adam Foster and his UK accomplices were fugitives from Ghanaian criminal justice. But the OSP offered no reasonable explanation of the authority, the forum, and circumstances warranting the OSP's sweetheart interview in March 2024 in the UK with those 4 fugitives being sought to be arrested and brought to justice in Ghana, or should they set foot in Ghana or arrested on the Interpol red notice publication of 10th July 2020 as stated in the 8th August 2024 OSP Airbus SE report. As of November 2020, there was an outstanding open invitation prompted by a challenge thrown to the OSP by former President Mahama, inviting him to voluntarily visit the offices of the OSP with his lawyers for interrogation, even though the OSP had decided in July 2020 to postpone the Airbus SE Ghana investigation until after the 2020 elections to avoid any perception of political interference in those elections in which he was a presidential candidate for the NDC. The reasons for the postponement of the investigation in July 2020 to after the 2020 elections form part of the case docket as of November 2020, which was available to the OSP at the time the 8th August 2024 OSP Airbus SE report was written. But the 8th August 2024 OSP report in paragraph 5 conveniently suppressed all the documentary and other evidence related to the entry and exit from Ghana of the 4 fugitive UK nationals and accomplices of former President John Dramani Mahama during the Airbus SE corruption transaction period. It also suppressed evidence from the bank statement related to the Airbus SE, which detailed various transactions between these 4 fugitives and former President John Mahama. Ghana corruption transactions the OSP independently obtained. The report further suppressed the real identity of the company used to facilitate the corruption transaction, which the DPAs disclosed as Company D, incorporated in the United Kingdom and Ghana respectively, and the identity of intermediary 8 employed by former President John Mahama as a surrogate for the two D-doomed companies, when the Airbus due diligence linked them as relations of former President Mahama, the government official one. The evidence obtained from the application for the Ghanaian passport number H245-99950 issued to Samuel Adam Mahama Foster, he unmistakably vindicated the suspicion that the application had been made and the passport issued basically to facilitate the Airbus corruption transaction, just to mention just a few of the suppressed documents by the OSP's report on the 8th of August 2024. The independent investigation by the OSP as of November 2020 confirmed the assertions in the DPA of the United Kingdom referred to in the 8th of August 2024 OSP report that the transaction period for the corrupt Airbus case was between 2009 and 2015, and precisely that. Contact between Airbus and the government of Ghana, represented by Government of Ghana Official 1, about the aircraft sales began in June 2009, following an expression of interest by the Government of Ghana. The OSP, as of November 2020, had established from the Ghana immigration records of the 4 fugitives of UK nationality their entry and exit into and from Ghana. Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Medomis, Leanne Sarah Davis, and Sarah Fono, after former President Mahama assumed the office of the Vice President on 7 January 2009. Indeed, incontrovertible evidence was obtained showing that Samuel Adam Mahama purchased a passport application form on 6 August 2009 with payment at EcoBank, and his first Ghanaian passport with number H2459950 was issued on 25th November 2009 with former Vice President Mahama as the guarantor to the application for the passport. There was more to the results of the OSP independent investigation to the first passport application, which the 8th August 2024 OSP report suppressed as evidence, which I will not disclose for the meantime. The OSP, after 16 November 2020, did not conduct any further independent investigation except arranging for the sweetheart interviewing of former President John Mahama at an undisclosed forum and in circumstances unknown, without stating how he voluntarily offered himself for the interview on 5th January 2024, after he declined the same OSP invitation in November 2020. The interviewing of the 4 fugitives then followed suspiciously in March 2024 in the UK. The OSP from 9th August 2021 could not even identify the genesis and genealogical reasons, John Dramani Mahama was suspected of setting up the corruption enabling process leading up to the Airbus SE scandal in Ghana from June 2009 to August 2015, as stated in the DPA, which is well documented in the United Kingdom, US, and even Ghana, and available publicly. Only the corrupt, incompetent, unprofessional, and inexperienced OSP will give her this report to vindicate someone who engaged in gargantuan corruption like the former Vice President and former President John Mahama. A critical study of the case dockets, the other correspondences and evidence in the Special Prosecutor's SIF as of November 2020 would have revealed that the OSP abandoned the MLA process and resorted to an independent investigation, partly due to leaking moves in Ghanaian counterpart agencies. As the OSP, I used informants to obtain the identity and particulars of some critical staff of Airbus SE referred in the DPA as intermediaries who flew frequently to Ghana to facilitate the corrupt transactions. The OSP also secured the identities of other suspected public officials through informant. The fact from the informant were in the security safe and not the case docket for use after the interrogation of the former president and the 4 fugitives. Consequently, the refusal of the OSP from August 2021 to thoroughly investigate the Airbus SE referral cannot be put on the lack of responses to the MLA. The OSP intentionally refused to investigate or suppressed the results on the foregoing available facts from the hoax and hollow 8th August 2024 report, either out of incompetence or for an entrepreneurial political agenda of self-preservation should there be a change in government. The OSP needs to account to Ghanaians by stating whether the interviews of 5th January 2024 in Ghana and March 2024 in the UK were conducted by an individual or a panel of investigators set up for the purpose, and in what premises the investigation took place. The sequence of the sweetheart interviews of January 2024 and March 2024 also needs an explanation as to how the OSP arranged to interview the 4 fugitives in the UK, and whether the interview took place in the Ghana High Commission in London or in collaboration with a recognized UK criminal investigation agency. Ghanaians also need to be told whether signed statements of the interviews in Ghana and the UK were provided for filing in the investigation case docket and the required entries made in the OSP station diary. The answers to the foregoing are crucial for validating the authority and integrity of that 8th August 2024 report under the 1992 Constitution Act 959. Ghanaians may hear from me again if no answers are provided by the OSP, as I hereby demand. The content of the 8th August 2024 OSP report is subjective, a gargantuan hoax, and hollow, and does great disservice to former President Mahama by creating the perception of the OSP doubling in the politics of election interference for the greedy self-serving interest of Mr. Kisié Jabe. It is in the interest of former President Mahama to insist on having a thorough and professional investigation that exonerates or inculpates the suspect and not this cooked one. And if I may ask, does God now need a corrupt heart as a leader for this country? Peace be to Ghana. Peace be maintained by putting Ghana first. Martin ABK Amidu, 3rd October 2024. The way any someone yura Martin Amidu edi akotudwa edi afa OSP reporter wade ba bonten 8th August no say or the exonerate former President John Dramani Mahama from the Airbus until say ne ho fine hwinim na Martin Amidu chirimu a sa report no OSP no ane no an no abusa questions bebrebe edi fa ho any other bits of information or no onim the free UK the free US ya oja bi wo ho ani nyina report no an capture that say obusa this question say OSP afa ma obepa bonten no de aba na obusa wo say na die tuturobonso yankopon pe akoma in fact adore woketa hye ne proyi mu ana to we die question kase pa na enim say this question is directed towards a certain premise. Your guess is as good as ours.